Hi friends, don't you think that the nation stands divided today? And yes, the great Indian nation was divided way back in 1947 when two nations emerged. One was Bharat and another was Pakistan. The mistake committed by our forefathers is really unbearable. And today, the new generation, you, I, and the new generation that is coming up, we all are suffering because of the division of our country. And in the past 70 years, what have we achieved in India? The nation stands divided despite all tall talk of progress, development, having become an atomic power. But the problem is that if you ask a common man in India whether he or she feels happy, then you will get a straight no. There is confusion running across the face of common man because we have not developed the way we should have developed. And we are still at the crossroads, standing confused as to in which direction is our nation going. And that's the main problem. And you see in the parliament, in the state assemblies, our people, our elected representatives, they are fighting, not caring for the new generation because of technology. Everybody is watching them. So you can see them fighting in the parliament, shouting in the parliament, or shouting in the state assemblies, and sometimes getting physical also. And that leaves the nation in a very bad state today. And this is the problem. But who is going to take care? Our Prime Minister is not bold enough or frank enough to say straight against casteism, against religious fundamentalism, and against so many other ills that have lately overtaken our society. Our nation stands disturbed, and the people who are in power, in the heat of power, they think that whatever they are saying is the best thing for the nation. A big privatization is taking place, and this also means that the government is not able or the government is not competent to think of the welfare of the nation along positive line of action. And this is the main problem that is disturbing everybody in our country. You see, the books that you get in the schools for children, they have become so expensive. Except for the government schools, you see the private schools, they have such a costly educational system that it's very difficult for a common man to get his child or her child educated in these schools. So this is a big problem, and getting a technical qualification is very expensive today. A common man, a person who claims to be honest or who says that he is proud to be honest, has no say because his or her child is not able to get good education, because the cost of education in our country has become so high that it's very difficult. And what happens? As a result, a man becomes corrupt. An honest person becomes dishonest. And what do we get? And what is the message that goes to the nation? Our ministers, all the top officers, the bureaucrats, they are just watching everything. And as political bosses are at the top, they don't have any say there. So we all study, we all aim to achieve success in our life, but deep in our heart, we don't feel happy because of the state of the nation. So this is the main problem. There is no hangama in the parliament about the poor and pathetic condition of villages in India. There are so many issues coming up. For example, the issue of reservation. Why reservation at all? When India is one country, and when we talk of the integration of our country, then these things, they disturb the Indian psyche. So how can you justify reservation in our society? Because a person stands divided, and then he develops or she develops an ill feeling towards the person of the caste that gets the benefit of reservation. So this is a big problem, and it is very important to urbanize, or you say industrialize, the villages in India, because a large part of Indian soil is in the villages. So if villages are industrialized, and this requires a very strong determination, a very clear thinking along that line. And we have the talent in our country. So if this talent is utilized properly, a lot could be done in our country. But nothing is happening except for a few things that happen here and there. And media today, unfortunately, is in the pocket of the biggies in society. And these biggies, the businessmen, the top class businessmen, they don't care much for the people. I'm not speaking about all such businessmen. For example, Ratan Tata stands as an icon in Indian industry. So, but all these industries are not doing so well. Just they do some philanthropic works so that they are in the eyes of the people for having done something good. But the problem is that we are not happy. In educational institutions all over the country, there is a lot of corruption. And when it is education, if there is corruption in education, then how can we think of corruption not in other places? Because this is the beginning of one's career. And if these things happen here, then what could we imagine in other sectors of society? I wanted to share some ideas with you, so I made this small video, and I hope to make other videos also in the time to come, and keep watching. Thank you very much.